basketball court and play, sometimes twice. I was playing 9 times a week then, and I was always trying to play more and more and trying to get that jump shot to go in, or this or that, or this, and I was hating my body and I was hating myself, and I would go to food and I felt good for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I was hating myself again, and I was waking up hating myself, and I would go medicate with food, and it was never enough, and I was never satisfied. When I tried raw veganism, I was satisfied. For the first time in my life, I ate food, and I was like, why is that? Because I'm eating food that has water and fiber in it. I'm eating natural food in its natural state. I was used to eating this processed food where you can have food this big, and it's like 800 calories. Now I eat all this food, and there's not as many calories. And I don't count calories, and I don't promote that or anything like that. But the fact is that I eat a lot of food now. A lot. People are like, oh my God, that's so much food. And it's like, no. This is the kind of food that I was meant to eat, because most of it is water. So I get to eat these foods, bananas and apples and whatever, or citrus is in season, and kale and chard, all of these green stuff that I would be like, oh, no way. Who wants to have that? But it's all about the dressing. So I make these dressings that are just like, you know, and so kale tastes awesome if it's in good dressing, or if it's mixed with an awesome smoothie like ripe bananas. Do you know the difference between bananas and ripe bananas? Yeah. Bananas are one of the few foods that increase in energy as it ages and goes from a starch, which we don't want, to a sugar, which we do. And so there's so many things I got to learn about nutrition and holistic health and this way to wellness that I changed careers. I got out of a marriage. I changed my whole life.
We're not promoting this.
Agape promotes divorce, by the way. No, this is just a joke. I am a jokester for any of you. So, my life changed drastically. And it got really good, and it keeps getting better, and food keeps tasting better. So an apple or an orange compared to a double chili cheeseburger, animal style. Yeah, I know animal style at In-N-Out. And I would go there, and I would go to In-N-Out, and then I would go to Cold Stones to finish the job with one of their biggest tubs with... I would bring Reese's peanut butter cups to In-N-Out to crumble them up in the vanilla shake because they didn't have enough food there. So you guys feel me. So I know food addiction, and I know freedom from food addiction. And that's huge. I'm not talking about, I got to be a good boy and white knuckle. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about freedom and loving the food, getting down with the food 3 times a day. It is on. There's no restriction. There's no calorie counting. It is on with abundance. Abundance, as much as you want, with raw veganism, natural foods in their natural state. And so a lot of you are going to be giving up, or you guys are going to be giving up milk and meat and dairy and all that stuff that I've had 3 lifetimes worth full. And you're going to be giving that up. And some of you are going to go to raw vegan, and Arlene made a comment earlier about kind of like maybe ease into it, and yes, ease into it. Raw veganism is no joke, especially if you get on a lot of fruit. If you're not used to fruit and you go on like fruit for like a week, you might lay down sick. And you're going to be like, it's the fruit's fault. No, the fruit just pulled up what's inside of you from years and years and years. And so we want to try to transition slowly, and I love how she's doing this. And that we just to be vegan. Veganism is awesome. So much about cleansing is not what we're eating. It's about what we're not eating. Because the body is the miracle. You can take this food, this thing, or that thing, and that's fine. And it helps to balance the body and that. But the body is always the miracle. And the body's always trying to help you. It's always trying to heal you. And it's always trying to do its best for you if we just get out of its way. And so cleanses just like this, I get to facilitate cleanses like this. I'm doing it at Sun Cafe where I met Arlene. I am doing them at Whole Foods. They have a 28-day challenge. I'm so excited that in a few weeks my salad, juice, and smoothie are going to be at Whole Foods on 3rd and Fairfax. I mean, this is like, stuff is happening for me big time because I said yes. I said yes to me, and I opened up to this Best life ever. I mean, this is it. I get to live this. I woke up this morning, the first thought that went into my head, the first word, all right. I swear, I do that. I wake up and I'm like, yes. Where before it was like alarm clock, this is 5 minutes, okay, let me see, what do I got to do, all this worry. No, yes, I get to be in this thing called life every day, and this is what I have got to learn is my natural state. Naturally, and I got to learn it. It got reinforced when I started coming to Agape. Love and light, and we are love, we are light. And so I tell people my company is Pure Energy Factor, and I talk about pure energy. Pure energy. If those of you know me on Facebook, you always see my post, and then it's pure energy, because that's what we really are, is pure energy. So sometimes people come to me and they say, hey, I want to have more energy. And I'm like, no diet, no exercise program, no nothing is going to give you more energy. You have more energy in you right now than you can even, any of us could even fathom. What I help people do is remove the obstructions that are blocking them from their birthright pure energy. And so to feel this thing, pure energy, you guys, what was it, $111 or something to change your life? $111 to change your life. I mean, come on. This is like free stuff, just paying for supplies and stuff. And so I am so honored that I get to help people. I'm so honored that I get to be a part of this and have friends like Arlene and Koya and Moni and people who are making a difference in the world, helping people get healthy, coming back to their state, their natural state. Natural foods in their natural state promote a natural environment, which is love, light, joy, beauty, abundance, all the things we want. So with that, I get to do this. And gratitude is so easy for me now. I used to I still do lists, gratitude lists every day, but I used to be like trying to come up with things to be grateful. Oh, what am I grateful for? Oh, okay, I got an arm, I got a leg, I got my, you know, and now it's like, no, there's just so much abundance. And I get to be high all day long on fruits and vegetables. This is like, I mean, it's just so beautiful that nature provided it this way. And so I'm so grateful to get to help in this area. And I know she's going to ask, so does anyone have any questions for me? All right.
Were you fat when you were eating like that before?
The question is, was I fat?
It's language, no.
I'm about 35 to 40 pounds less than my top weight. So I was still okay in clothes, without a shirt. I didn't like how I was going. And it's only because I'm addicted to basketball that I have remained like only 30 pounds heavier. I'm a 400 pound guy, the way I eat at buffets. I go to meetings with guys, brothers that I love to death, and they are like I could out-eat them. They're like, where does it all go? And I'm just like, and, you know. I'll have 2 racks of ribs. It's like, that's nothing. That's an appetizer. So yes, I was heavier, but I wasn't fat, and what people call fat. But I thought I was. So yes.
What made you turn around?
Well, good question. What made me turn around and do this change? The guy who told me about raw veganism told me that it would improve my basketball game and that I would look better. So I did it for ego and vanity. But I stayed for how awesome it is. Had I known what this does, I would have done this when I was 5 years old. So I did change. Actually, I'm the best looking I've ever been right now. And actually, my hair is growing back. I have pictures of my eyes that are turning blue. You know, if we want to get down into deep detox, we could talk about that. But stuff changes, and iridology and the stuff that happens in the eyes, and you can see the whole map of the human body through the eye. And my brown eyes, gonna make my brown eyes blue. Yes, it's happening. It's actually happening. And I have pictures for anyone who wants to see it after. And so we're getting rid of the mucus, we're getting rid of the sulfur, we're getting rid of the toxicity, and you guys are going to get to do this. And you guys don't even have to be on any big program. You just get rid of milk and meat, and your body is going to start to say, hey, I kind of like this. I'm feeling a little bit more energy. But guess what? For in detoxification, you guys might feel really good, and there might be days where you're feeling like not so good. And you're going to be like, I need meat again, or I need milk again. And guess what happens if you have the meat and milk again? You're going to feel better. Why? Because you're slowing down the detoxification process. That's all you're doing. You're just poisoning yourself a little bit more again, so your body's in emergency mode. That's all it is. And so when you go back on the fruits and vegetables again, you might start to feel things that you don't like feeling. Headache, lightheadedness, and you might also feel joy and laughter and love. You might feel like emotional, like anger really quick. So many things happen because we are detoxifying. Every cell in our body has an emotional, spiritual, and physical component to it. So when we are releasing it, stuff happens. But just keep on the ride, keep on riding the wave. It's a very nice wave, especially in situations like this where we have community and we can call each other and say, hey, so now with this, I get to say I love me. That's not normal for me. It's my new normal though, right, Arlene? My new normal. She said yes. So anyway, I just want to, is there any other questions? Yes, yes.
How do we, and you may be, somebody may be addressing this later, how do we how are we getting enough protein?
The question is, it's the number one question, where do you get your protein? I'm gonna do this about for 90 seconds right now, this answer, and then I got to finish up so we can move on, and then I'm happy to answer any questions after. Where does the gorilla that could bench press 3,500 pounds get its protein? Protein myth. He eats bugs, and so do you if you eat fruits and vegetables. There are bugs inside that we cannot see. But every protein, first of all, our bodies can't even use protein whatsoever. Human beings can't even digest protein until they get converted into amino acids. Fruits and vegetables are straight aminos. Boom! Cut out the middleman. And you save all this energy. And where does that energy go? To healing yourself. So there's no protein deficiency. Look at Koya. Ask Koya where she gets her protein. I do talks on this where I show this bodybuilder. I can't think of his name, but he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he's like raw vegan. And he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now he's not like a little buff. He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Was. Like how he used to be. Okay? So protein, also the last thing I'll say about protein is that enzymes which are present in fruits and vegetables, in all living things, enzymes are complex chains of amino acids. Those are all protein. And so when they test things on protein, when they test the apple and they test all this stuff, they have to cook it to test it. So that we don't know what live foods do. Living foods, natural foods in their natural state are complete. So I'm just going to go with that. That was over 90 seconds. But I'll be after here if anybody has any questions. And really grateful. And thank you so much, Arlene, for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.